Hey guys, it's Bowser here with Penny Stock Data Science. Been a while since we made a video, but we finally have some good volume in the OTC. So, it's time to ask that question: is the OTC back? People have been talking about this for years now. Lately for the past couple months, it's been the big question. Are things coming back? Are we gonna have stuff to trade? Is there gonna, is the volume gonna pick up? Are things gonna run? And we've seen a lot of stuff the past few weeks that kind of indicate to me that things are starting to get a little more normal. We talked about this in so many videos in the past about how, legend removal and all these things kind of tie into this. And what we're seeing now is that after all these rule changes that we saw in 2021, we've hit this kind of 2 year mark where now a lot of shares on stocks that were issued around that time are freeing up, and people are able to do things. If you don't have shares to sell, nobody's gonna uh, you know put in money to have a stock run, essentially, which we talked about before. Someone wants to sell shares, got to get the price up, so there is room to sell shares and to create liquidity. So we have some stuff going on, and we're gonna talk about that today. So there are a couple of tickers that have been moving that I figured would be good to talk about. First one, BEGI. And this is one that I saw this news they put out here on the 20, what was it, the 24th? Yeah, right here, October 24th. That they, something about patent, they had a patent that with the, notice of allowance from the USPTO, which means that they're going to issue the patent. And we'll get into patents in a whole nother uh, video. But, we've been seeing stuff like this for months. News comes in on a ticker and nothing happens, But in this case, there was some volume, and we'll go to the chart here, um, right here on the 24th. And we've seen this before in the past couple months where something gets some volume and then just fizzles away. Nothing happens. But in this in particular, the volume comes in, and this is more of like an old school OTC play that we've seen before. Going back, since when I started trading, 10 plus years ago. But get the volume, churn, 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 and then higher and higher and higher and higher. And that's what we were seeing here. We have this day one volume from the PR, shares collected, collected, bring it up more. Shares collected, collected, bring it up more and more and more. And this is just really good to see. I mean, even if this is where it tops out, on the Thursday action, not Friday. No, actually, yeah, Friday action. Oh, 87. I mean, that's that's like a 10 plus bagger right there. I mean, you can't complain about that. And I mean, I know in the past we've seen moves like this that maybe happen in a fraction of the time where we see a trips to like 1 cent, 2 cent that happens over three, maybe 4 days. But we're getting action again. And just a quick reminder here: this is not financial advice. Strictly just talking here. This is not a recommendation to buy or sell. So keep all that in mind. But like, this is what reminds me of an old school play, that we'd be looking at in like 2013, 2014, where it's just news and churn, 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 push, churn, 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 push. And the nice thing about this is that we have so many tickers that are set up like this just because of this giant reset we've had over the past 2 years, where back in 2021, at that point, every OTC had ran. There were no, at one point, there were no 000 tickers, not a single one. And I know that for a fact because I have the data that I would be looking at. There just, but now we've had this big reset, and there's just, we can take a look here at the share structure. Because when I go to filter for stuff like, so now that this is price is up a bit, market cap's up to 6 million, but we have so many tickers that are like $100,000 market cap or less, or 250 or less, which is just ridiculous because in the past you'd be lucky to find something like that. But now when I go and I filter through all the data, there's just it's just obscene. Like there's so many 000 tickers or just sub penny that are just so thin with such small market cap. Anything can push them. But there's just you know ideally this kind of action keeps up, and this is not the last. Hopefully this continues. We see more and more players who are pushing these plays. They, keep putting money into other plays, whether it's they have shares that they can finally sell, or they're just, seeing news, collecting shares and pushing it themselves. Just really, really, really good to see here. You know, I don't want to say, I mean, I'm not going to say just like the OTC is back, but we're seeing more and more action that makes me think it is coming back. And when we have these kinds of plays regularly, then, more people will want to trade OTC, more money will come in, and, it's kind of just just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling where you need something to kick it off. That's what people have been saying, what I've been saying. You need some kind of big play to get people interested again. Because nobody's going to come back and to trade OTCs until there's more money and more volume, and you don't want to buy something and get stuck. Because in the past, like year or two, it's like you see this action here, and you buy it, you're going to end up selling 0001, or just getting stuck holding for months or years. But yeah, we're finally seeing this where there's just more and more action coming in, and there are some other 00 tickers that have been news or volume or whatever. Like we can look at another one that has been getting interest. TMGI. This one, like, look, less than a million market cap. We can pull up the chart here. I don't know if they were putting out news. They were tweeting, I think. No, yeah, they put out some news on the 25th, and then they've been tweeting ever since. I don't remember exactly what. This might have been the one that that they're tweeting. They have some deal with Avon. I don't remember if it was this one or something else, because there were a bunch of that I've been watching. But you can look at TMGI here, and this one, this is it had this. We're looking at we're looking at the daily chart. Yeah, we've been seeing kind of some action. Like this was early October, but the volume is what we really want to see. So we've seen volume, and then it came up and came back down. So ideally, something like this, we want to just see it churn, 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 and then creep up higher and higher. And I think this one's been tweeting maybe about Avon. I don't really remember exactly what it was, but this is kind of the beginning action that we would want to see on a true OTC play, just volume and churn and collecting shares, and then see the push higher and higher and higher. And this is the kind of chart that, like, there's not really a ton of volume until now. So, and some of that has to do with just dilution, where the price is going to go down, more shares, so you can create more volume. But, this is the kind of thing, churn, 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 maybe push up, you never know. Yeah, so we had that one. There was another one, what was it? PHPG maybe? PGPH? PHBI? Yeah, that's what it was, PHBI. And this is another one, just a 000, like less than 500,000 market cap. Pretty absurd. This is one that was kind of popping off a little bit. I don't see any news. Maybe this one was tweeting with Avon. I don't remember exactly, but the OTC scanner has just been lighting up lately. Yeah, so this one, yeah, volume came back down. So ideally here, they popped up a volume churn. We'd want to see it push higher and higher and higher. And these charts are just, completely reset from 2021, like 6 cents down to triple zero. So, we have all these charts that are just completely reset with super low market cap. All it takes is someone to just collect the shares in the open market and just churn and push. And that's just, we just need to keep seeing more and more things turn out like BEGI, where they just run, whether it runs to a penny, 2 penny, 3 penny, or even just sub penny. Like, profit is profit. You sell higher than you bought, you're making money, you're doing something good. So really good to see the action lately. And we've seen other things like GBSI has been pushing up, and I mean, you've seen me talk about this on many videos. My feeling about this. I mean, here we've had some action here from like sub penny up to about 2 cents. I think they just finalized canceling some shares, and I talked about this in my a couple other videos when this thing finally became pink current. It's gonna walk up to the pink current and then maybe sell if you've been holding since then. And I think there were some other catalysts here, but this one, I mean, again, not financial advice. Like this is strictly just an opinion. I don't know what they're gonna do with this one. I mean, I'm not sure. There's a lot of people talking about merger this or merger that or whatever. Like now that shares are canceled, there's gonna be a merger or whatever, blah blah blah. And like okay, so like it's a shell. Idea is to bring in a merger, merge something in. You know, you issue yourself shares, you do the merger, and you make money. For people, for whoever's setting it up. But that's a general concept of a shell. But this one, like this was super dirty to begin with. When George got it, then doing his best to clean it up. But like it's alt reporter now. You can't get it SEC reporter. That's a big, at least in my opinion, that's a big breaking point. I don't know if you go and you look at the data, but most of the time on these, you know, the good mergers are SEC reporters. They're not alt reporters. That's just how it is. You just have more, you have a lot more room to work with when you're an SEC reporter than an alt reporter. That's just how it is, how it's going to be. There's a lot less work you got to do as an alt reporter. Don't need audited filings and all that, blah blah blah. But there's a lot of shells out there that are cleaner and less baggage than GBSI. So if you're a company, you're gonna merge into a shell, like why would you want to pick this one? And that's just my opinion on it. Like I hope something comes in here. There's a lot of people in this going on for years. I hope they bring the best merger ever into this and run it and it goes to the moon. That's what I really, really, really hope for. Everyone wants to see a TSMP 2.0. It's good for everyone. Everyone involved in the OTC, that is good for to have stuff go up. A good organic play where it's like news, price goes up, and it's not some like, not some shady promo or something, because like, that's, also not good because, that's going to get a lot of heat. Good organic plays, good for the OTC. So I hope this goes up to the moon. I hope they get the best merger ever. I'm just not so sure about it. And that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Just all these things. We're starting to see action in the OTC. People are interested. There's volume. I have my custom Discord scanners that I wrote for all the low market cap stuff, and they're just lighting up lately. Just boom, 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 boom. So we're just gonna keep finding plays, and hopefully everyone just keeps making money. And that's all I have for today. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter. And, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching.